We are making homemade chicken broth today. Our ingredients include bay leaves, allspice, carrots, celery root, garlic, onion, salt and pepper, olive oil, and of course, a lovely aerial shot. We're going to begin by rubbing our olive oil all over the outside of our chicken skin in a way that could be seen as mildly inappropriate. Making sure to coat as much of the skin in the oil as we possibly can. That will maximize the browning that we achieve from the roasting process. Then we're going to heavily season our chicken with cracked salt as well as cracked black pepper, making sure to coat as much of the outside of the bird as possible to maximize the flavor that we achieve. We're going to shove that bad mother clucker into an oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes or so, rotating halfway through. Eddie Soldier. We're going to prep our vegetables in the meantime, peeling our carrot and then trimming our celery root, just cutting off the bottom and the top. And then we're only going to use about half of that today because no one has ever said, hey, this doesn't have enough celery root in it. We're going to peel off the outside waxen skin, making sure to not use any of that later. And then we're going to cut our carrot into smaller pieces, matchstick sizes should do, or whatever long shape that you can think of that is something else. We're going to crush our garlic's hopes and dreams, and then just peel off the outside paper skin. And then we're going to just cut our onions in half and cut off the root at the top, peeling off those tough outer layers as if it's gone through years of therapy. We're going to dry roast that in a pan, making sure to get a little bit of color on both sides. How you doing? And then we're going to fill our pot with about 6 quarts of filtered water. And then we're going to move that over to our stove, wondering what the hell is a quart. And then we're going to turn on the stove to about medium heat, adding just a small bit of salt to our water. Just kidding, we're actually adding a metric shit ton. Our bird is looking mighty fine. We're going to pull that out of our oven, and oh baby, will you take a look at that? We're going to add a bay leaf and a couple allspice berries into our water. Cover that and let that bring up to temperature as we give our chicken a colonoscopy and prepare to lower him into his watery grave. And if this releases a little bit of juice out the back end, don't worry, that will get skimmed off later. We're going to deglaze our roasting pan with a little bit of water, making sure to scrape up any fond off the bottom of the pan. This will increase the flavor that we achieve from that as well. And then we're just going to pour those pan juices into our pot as well, remembering that salmonella doesn't exist if it's cooked out long enough. We're going to cover that and bring that to a mild simmer, and then add in our root vegetables. We have our celery root and our carrots. Not included the roots, they're too busy pandering to Jimmy Fallon. And once that has been added, we're also going to add in our garlic cloves as well. And then we are going to add just a bit more water to maximize our broth output. We're going to cover that up and let that come to a boil. Once that's a bubbling away, we're going to lower that down to about a simmer. We have a surprise guest, celery, that we forgot in the fridge that would be perfect in this as well. And then we're going to add our roasted onion. And we're going to cover that back up loosely so it doesn't bubble over the sides. Once that's been bubbling away for a bit, we're going to skim off all that carnage off the top and continue to do so throughout the cook. Soup's on.